Hello students, welcome back to MKH video series. My name is Aditya and in the previous video we have seen how to calculate the area of a triangle if we don't know the height and if we know the height as well, right? So अगर हमें height पता थी then we can use the formula half into base into height to calculate the area of a triangle. But अगर हमें किसी triangle की height नहीं पता then we can use a Heron's formula which is in the square root s into s minus a into s minus b into s minus c, right? So there was a new formula which we have seen in the previous video. Now we are going to use that formula and see some of the examples which are important to be discussed here, right? So यहाँ पे in this video we are going to discuss the examples here first. So then further we will jump over to exercise 12.1, right? So let us start the example number first here. So you can see find the area of triangle. You can see two sides of which are 8 centimeter and 11 centimeter. And you can see the perimeter of the triangle is given to us as 32 centimeter, right? So यहाँ पे अगर आप ध्यान से देखें तो हमें दो ही sides given है and हमें यहाँ पे perimeter भी given है triangle का, right? So let us first draw a triangle here. You can see like this. Now you can see हमें, if I just give it a name as ABC, अब यहाँ पे हमें दो sides पता है 8 and 11. Let me just mark them first. So 8 centimeter, 11 centimeter. Now what about the third one, right? So हमें पहले यहाँ पे third side find out करनी पड़ेगी so that we can apply on the Heron's formula which use the three sides, right? So the third side can be calculated, but first you can see here the perimeter of the triangle is given to us, right? So let me just write that. So perimeter is given to us as 32. Now we know that the perimeter is simply the sum of the sides, right? So अगर मैं suppose कीजिए जो unknown side है उसको मैं A assume कर लेता हूँ. This is B and this is C, right? So here you can see we know that the formula is parameter is A plus B plus C, right? हमें पता है parameter कैसे calculate करते हैं, simply तीनों sides को add करके. So here you can see I have added it and we already know the value of parameter. That will be equal to 32, right? अब आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे A की वैल्यू मुझे फाइंड आउट करनी है प्लस B की वैल्यू कितनी है आपके पास 11 प्लस C की वैल्यू कितनी है आपके पास 8 इक्वल टू 32, राइट? नाउ 11 प्लस 8 आपके पास कितने होते हैं? यू कैन सी दैट विल बी 19 इक्वल टू 32. अब ये प्लस का 19 उधर जाके क्या हो जाएगा माइनस का 19. सो दिस विल गिव अस द वैल्यू ऑफ A एज 32 minus 19, right? So what is 32 minus 19? You can see that will be, if I just subtract it, so you can see that will be 12. So 12 minus 9, that will be 3, and you can see that will be 2. 2 minus 1 is 1, 13, right? So we have got the value of the third side here as, you can see 13, right? So you can see this is how we have calculated the third side here, which is required. Now talking about the formula, so what was the formula of, you can see, Heron's formula, you can see, that was S bracket S minus A, S minus B, and S minus C. That means we need the value of S, which is semi-parameter. That means half of the parameter. अब यहाँ पे हमें parameter already given है 32. So मैं simply इसको half कर दूंगा, so then we will get the value of S. So I'm going to find out the S here. So you can see that will be half of the parameter. So here we already know the parameter, that means no need to simply add the sides. So here you can see parameter is 32. So half of it will be, you can see 16. So the value of semi-parameter is 16 here. So I'm going to substitute that. So that will be like, you can see 16. Then in multiplication, you can see all the things are in multiply. So you can see 16 minus A. What is A? That is 13. Then you can see 16 minus B. That is 11. Then again 16 minus C, that is 8. So one by one you have to simply subtract all the three sides from S, right? And you can see that will be, you can see 16 into, now 16 minus 13, that is 3. Then 16 minus 11, that is 5. And 16 minus 8, that is 8. Now 8 5 is 40. 40 into 3, that will be, you can see 120, right? Then further you can see 120 into 16. Let me just check that. So 6, you can also write it like this. Let me just show you a easier method, right? So you have got, you can see 16, keep it as it is. Now you can see multiplying this, you have got 120 Now let me just tell you, this square root of 16 is 4, right? So ये बाहर आ जाएगा, you can see square root of 16 क्या था 4. Then talking about 120, that can be written as, you can see 30 into, you can see 4, right? Now you can see this again, you can see the square root of 4 is 2. So if 4 का square root 2 बाहर आ जाएगा, then the remaining inside will be 30, right? So you can see 4 into 2, there will be 8, and this square root 30. So this is going to be the area of this triangle here, you can see, which is, you can see 8 root 30 centimeter square. So you can see how we have applied the formula here, the Heron's formula, that is square root s minus a, s minus b, s minus c, and reached the area of the triangle. Now remember, if you know the two sides, then by simply subtracting the addition of these two sides from the parameter, you can see will give you the third side here, right? So you can see this is how you have to solve such type of questions here. So students, now let us move on to the next example here. So here you can see example number 2 is that a triangular park ABC has sides 120 meter, 80 meter and 50 meter, right? So आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे मैंने एक triangular park बनाया है. Let me just show you that here I have written A, B and C, right? So this is a triangular park with the sides given as, you can see 120, then you can see 80 and 50 meter, right? Now further you can see a gardener, Dhania, has to put a fence all around it and also plant grass inside. So वो कह रहा है कि एक gardener है जिसको इसके बाहर, you can see the perimeter of the garden, उसके ऊपर क्या लगाना है, fence लगानी है. You can see a wire, right? Fence का मतलब क्या होता है? For protection we used to put wire on the perimeter, or you can say the fencing. इसको हम fencing भी बोलते हैं wire लगाने को. Now you can see उसके अलावा उसने ये बीच वाले एरिया में ग्रास भी प्लांट करनी है, राइट? सो ही आल्सो हैज टू प्लांट द ग्रास इनसाइड द एरिया, राइट? नाउ यू कैन सी फेंसिंग जो है वो पैरामीटर पे होगी, एंड यू कैन सी जो ग्रास प्लांट करनी है वो उस ट्रायंगुलर एरिया में होगी इनसाइड, राइट? नाउ हाउ मच एरिया डज शी नीड टू प्लांट, राइट? सो हमें इसका एरिया फाइंड आउट करना है एक तो, एंड देन वी आल्सो फर्दर find out the cost of fencing it with barbed wire, right? So that wire you see around, you can see houses or around the parks usually. So जो wire होती है barbed wire, जो you can see कटीली तार होती है, you can see that wire he used to put around the park here, right? So हमें यहाँ पे cost बतानी है कितना you can see खर्चा होगा to put that wire, you can see at the rate of ₹20 per meter, right? So अगर मैं छोटा सा हिस्सा लूं, अगर ये 1 मीटर का एरिया है तो इसके ₹20 लग रहे हैं वायर लगाने के. सिर्फ इतनी सी 1 मीटर वायर लगाने के कितने रुपीस लग रहे हैं? ₹20. सो मैं यहाँ पे पूरा पैरामीटर फाइंड आउट कर लूंगा. ऑल्सो वन मोर थिंग हियर, दैट लीविंग अ स्पेस 3 मीटर वाइड फॉर अ गेट ऑन वन साइड. सो आप देख सकते हैं इसके इस साइड पे एक गेट है जो जिसका विड्थ कितनी है? 3 मीटर की. सो हमें यहाँ पे ये 3 मीटर विड्थ माइनस करनी पड़ेगी टोटल पैरामीटर में से, क्योंकि हमें इस 3 मीटर गेट के ऊपर वायर नहीं लगानी है, राइट? सो यानी कि अगर मैं टोटल पैरामीटर इस ट्रायंगल का फाइंड आउट करूंगा, सो उसमें से मैं 3 मीटर माइनस करूंगा, बिकॉज वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू पुट द फेंसिंग ऑन द गेट. सो हम गेट के ऊपर फेंसिंग नहीं लगाएंगे, सो उतना एरिया की वायर हमें नहीं चाहिए. सो मैं यहाँ पे 3 मीटर जो है टोटल पैरामीटर में से माइनस करूंगा, राइट? So here we are. Now you can see, first of all I'm going to find out the area of this triangle, ताकि हम देख सके कि कितना एरिया है जो उसको ग्रास जो है प्लांट करनी है गार्डनर को, right? So let us now start off our solution here. So the first step is I'm going to find out the area of triangle. You can see ABC. Now we know we are going to calculate it with the help of Heron's formula. So the formula is S minus A, S minus B and S minus C, right? So हमें यहाँ पे क्या क्या चाहिए? एक तो A, B और C की वैल्यू चाहिए, which are the sides of the triangle, जो कि हमें पता है. You can see एक 120 है, 80 है and 50 है. So let me just take now. You can see A कितना है आपके पास? Suppose if I just take this as A, this as B and this as C. So यहाँ पे A 120 है, then B is 80 meters, then you can see C is 50 meters, right? So this is given in the question. Now we have to find out S. So S हम कैसे निकालेंगे? Simply parameter का half करके, right? Now how we will calculate parameter? Simply by adding the sides of the triangle, right? So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं A, B और C तीनों sides को add करके divide by 2 करूंगा, so that will get me the semi parameter, यानी parameter का half, right? Now what is the value of A here? You can see that is 120 plus you can see B is 80 plus C is 50. Divide by you can see 2. Now you can see 120 plus 80 that is 200. 200 plus 50 that will be 250 divided by 2. Now you can see cancelling out it on the table of 2. So 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 1 remaining, that will make 10, 2 5s are 10. So here we have got the semi parameter as you can see 125 meters, right? So this is the value of S. Now further let me just make some space above. Now you can see we have got the value of S, A, B and C. So let me just substitute it in this formula. So this implies the area of triangle ABC is going to be, you can see in the under root, what is the value of S? So that is 125. Now in the multiplication you can see S minus A, that means 125 minus A. So what is the value of A here? That is 120. Then in the multiplication further you can see 125 minus B. So what is B here? That is 80 into you can see 125 minus C. So what is C? That is 50. Then you can see further if I just solve this. So 125 as it is into 125 minus 120, that will be 5. Then 125 minus 80. So what it will be? You can see 45. Then you can see 125 minus 50. So what it will be? You can see if I just subtract 50, so that will be 5. Then 12 minus 5, that will be 7, right? So 75. So if I just cross check, so that will be 80 plus 4, 120. So plus 5, 125, right? So this is correct here. Now let me just check out. So यहाँ पे मैं 125 जो है इसको मैं 3 times 5 लिख सकता हूँ, because we know that 5 into 5 25, 25 into 5 125, right? Then आप देख सकते हैं ये वाला 5 as it is, and you can see इसको 45 को मैं क्या लिख सकता हूँ 5 into 9, and you can see इस 75 को क्या लिख सकता हूँ मैं 3 into 5 15, 15 into 5 75. You can also take LCM on the rough area so that you can put on the factors of these numbers, right? So यहाँ पर अब मैं यहाँ पे देखता हूँ पेयर बनाता हूँ. You can see दो के, so you can see there are going to be 2 pairs of 5. Then you can see 9 का square root कितना होता है 3. So let me just side by take outside the values of square root जिनका यहाँ पे पेयर बन रहा है. So 2 5 का एक पेयर बन रहा है, तो square root में से एक बार आ जाएगा, so that will be 1 5. So इस पेयर में से भी एक 5 बाहर आ जाएगा. जितने भी पेयर होते हैं उनमें से स्क्वायर रूट से एक वैल्यू बाहर आ जाती है हमेशा, राइट? सो दो का पेयर बन रहा है यानी एक बाहर आ जाएगी, राइट? सो यू कैन सी दिस इज अनदर वन. सो ये खत्म हो गया. नाउ यू कैन सी 1 5 इज रिमेनिंग हियर. सो ये अंडर रूट के अंदर ही पड़ा रहेगा. नाउ यू कैन सी अंडर रूट 9 कितना होता है 3. सो इट ऑल्सो केम आउटसाइड हियर. नाउ फर्दर यू कैन सी अब यहां पर एक पेयर और बन रहा है, राइट? सो इसका भी एक 5 बाहर आ जाएगा. नाउ यू कैन सी इफ आई जस्ट क्रॉस चेक द अदर वैल्यूज हियर. सो यहाँ पे एक 5 बाहर आ गया. यू कैन सी अनदर 5 हियर. देन यू कैन सी ये 5 अंदर रिमेनिंग में है. 9 का 3 हो गया. नाउ देयर इज अनदर 3 हियर. सो ये भी अंदर एज इट इज पड़ा रहेगा, राइट? सो यू कैन सी इस पेयर का यहाँ पे 5 बाहर आ गया. सो लेट मी जस्ट मल्टीप्लाई आउटसाइड. सो 5 into 5 is 25. 25 into 5 is 125. 125 into 3. Let me just cross check it. So 125 into 3. So 3 5s are 15. 1 carry 3 to the 6 and 1 7. 3 1 are 3. So that will be, you can see 375. Then in the square root, let me just check out 5 into 3, that is 15, right? So that will be in meters square. The area is always in square. So यहाँ पे मीटर में था, आप देख सकते हैं. All the sides were in meters, so that will be meter square, right? So this is going to be the area in which the gardener has to plant the grass, right? So first part तो यहाँ पे complete हो जाता है इस question का. Now the next part is over to this fencing, right? So ये जितनी barbed wire इसको parameter पे लगानी है. How we will calculate it? First of all, I'm going to calculate the parameter of this triangle garden, right? So let me just make some space here. Now you can see, if I just talk about further, you can see the parameter here. Now we know that parameter will be a plus b plus c, right? So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं a की वैल्यू कितनी है 120 प्लस b की वैल्यू कितनी थी 80 प्लस c की वैल्यू कितनी है 50. So this is going to be the parameter here. So 120 plus 80, that is 200. 200 plus 50, that is 250 meters, right? So this is the parameter of this triangular garden, right? अब मैंने आपको बताया था कि यहाँ पे मुझे 3 मीटर का गेट जो है वो माइनस करना पड़ेगा इस पैरामीटर में से. So you can see now the reducing the width of gate, that is, you can see now 250 minus, you can see 3 meters, so that will be 247 meters, right? So this is the total parameter जिसके ऊपर मुझे फेंसिंग करनी है, वायर लगानी है, बार्ब्ड वायर, राइट? बिकॉज हमने गेट पे नहीं लगानी थी तो मैंने गेट सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दिया. सो यहाँ पे 247 मीटर की लेंथ की मुझे क्या चाहिए, बार्ब्ड वायर चाहिए, राइट? नाउ यू कैन सी हियर मुझे यहाँ पे ऑल्सो फाइंड आउट द कॉस्ट ऑफ फेंसिंग इट with barbed wire at the rate of rupees 20 per meter, right? Now let me just make some space above. So here you can see, यहाँ पे मुझे पता है the cost of fencing 1 meter is 20 rupees, right? So आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे rupees 20 जो है वो 1 मीटर का चार्ज है, आपको मैंने बताया था. So this is the charge of 1 meter, that is 20 rupees. So total जो लेंथ की वायर चाहिए वो कितनी है मेरे पास, 247 मीटर. So the cost of fencing, you can see 247 meters will be, यानी कि 1 मीटर का जो चार्ज है उसको मैं इस टोटल मीटर्स की जो लेंथ चाहिए उससे मल्टीप्लाई कर दूंगा. So what will be 20 into 247? आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे 1 मीटर का 20 रुपीज चार्ज है. So 247 मीटर का कितना होगा, 20 into 247. So आप देख सकते हैं ये जीरो तो एज इट इज आएगा ही आएगा मल्टीप्लीकेशन पे. So मैं 2 को 247 से मल्टीप्लाई करता हूँ. So 2 into 7, that is 14. So 4 and 1 carry here. So you can see now 2 4 ja 8 plus 1 9. So and then 2 2 ja 4. So this is going to be the charge here for the fencing with barbed wire around the triangular park, right? So 4,940 rupees is the total charge for fencing the wire here. For the fencing of wire, you can see around the triangular garden, right? So you can see we came to the conclusion here that the area on the which the gardener has to plant the grass, that is we have found out, you can see in the earlier part. Now here in this we have found out also the charge of fencing the garden, right? That is 4,940 rupees. So you can see that was all in this question here. So students, now let us move on to the next example here, which is going to be the last example that I'm going to take here. So you can see example number 3 here is that the sides of a triangular plot are in the ratio of 3:5:7. So यहाँ पे एक triangular plot बनाया मैंने. अब इसकी तीनों साइड्स जो है वो रेशो में गिवन है, दैट इज 3:5:7. तो जब भी हमारे पास साइड या एंगल जो है रेशो में गिवन है, देयर इज यू कैन सी आइडियल थिंग कि मैं उन तीनों के साथ x एज्यूम कर लूं, राइट? सो यहाँ पे मैं तीनों साइड्स को क्या एज्यूम कर लूंगा, यू कैन सी 3x 5x एंड 7x, राइट? सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप. जब भी हमें रेशो गिवन है तो उनके साथ मैं x लगा देता हूं, दैट विल बी द साइड्स हियर, राइट? सो हियर लेट मी जस्ट सॉल्व द सॉल्यूशन विद दिस. So I'm going to, let us assume the sides of triangle as, let me just change the marker here. You can see 3x, 5x and 7x, right? So यहाँ पे मैंने तीनों sides को assume कर लिया. Now that means कि हमारे पास यहाँ पे a, b और c की वैल्यू है, that is a is 3x, b is 5x and c is 7x, right? So मैं इसको a, b और c assume कर लेता हूं, the three sides of the triangle. Now further you can see also the parameter of this triangular plot is given to us as 300 meters, but we will move on that to further here. So यहाँ पे मैं लिख लेता हूं, you can see the parameter is given to us as 300 meters, right? Now हमें पता है कि s कैसे फाइंड आउट करता है, पैरामीटर का हाफ. So यहाँ पे पैरामीटर मुझे पता ही है ऑलरेडी 300, उसका हाफ कर दूंगा. so that will be 150 meters, right? So यहाँ पे s की वैल्यू भी आ गई. Now you can see a, b और c की वैल्यू जो है अभी मुझे नहीं पता क्योंकि यहाँ पे x लगा हुआ है. So पहले मुझे x की वैल्यू पता होनी चाहिए जो कि मैं यहाँ पे इन तीनों के जगह पे रख दूंगा. आपको मैं बता देता हूँ यहाँ पे 3x का मतलब क्या है, 3 into x मल्टीप्लाई में है, रिमेंबर दैट. Similarly here also, let me just first write that clear. Now you can see 5x का मतलब भी 5 into x है, 7x का मतलब भी 7 into x है, राइट. सो यहाँ पे पहले मैं x फाइंड आउट करूंगा. मुझे पता है कि तीनों साइड्स का जो सम होता है वो क्या होता है, पैरामीटर होता है, जो कि हमें ऑलरेडी पता है, राइट. सो लेट मी जस्ट राइट दैट द पैरामीटर इज गिवन टू अस एज 300. नाउ वी नो दैट पैरामीटर क्या होता है, a प्लस b प्लस c, यानी तीनों साइड्स का सम. सो यहाँ पे दैट विल बी इक्वल टू 300, जो कि ऑलरेडी पता है. सो यहाँ पे a की वैल्यू कितनी है आपके पास, 3x. यहाँ पे मैं नाउ लिख देता हूं. नाउ यू कैन सी प्लस b की वैल्यू कितनी है आपके पास, 5x, और c की वैल्यू कितनी है आपके पास, 7x इक्वल टू 300. नाउ लेट मी जस्ट चेंज द मार्कर. नाउ 3 plus 5 that is 8, 8 plus 7 that will be 15, right? So you can see this implies 15x will be equal to 300. Now further you can see ये 15 जो मल्टीप्लाई में कहां जाएगा, डिवाइड में. So this will give me the value of x as 300 upon 15. Now 15 1 ja 15, 15 2 ja 30, right? Then this 0 will be as it is. So यहाँ पे मेरे पास x की वैल्यू आगे कितनी है, 20, right? Now मैं इस x की वैल्यू को 20 यहाँ पे तीनों में मल्टीप्लाई करूंगा 3, 5 और 7 के साथ, जिससे मेरे पास तीनों साइड्स आ जाएंगी, right? So let me just, so then you can see a will be, what is the value of a will be, you can see 3x, so 3 into x, so 3 into x, what is x, 20, so 20 into 3 that will be 60 meters, right? So यहाँ पे मेरे पास आप देख सकते हैं 3x यानी कि ये वाली साइड आगे कितनी आ चुकी है, 60 meters, right? So further you can see similarly we will calculate b and c. So यहाँ पे b की वैल्यू कैसे कैलकुलेट होगी, 5x. So 5x का मतलब है 5 into x. So what is x? That is 20. So 20 into 5 is 100. So b is, you can see 100 meters, right? So let me just write that here. Then moving on to the last side here, that is 7x, right? So you can see c is 7x, that means 7 into x, which is 20 here. So 20 into 7, that will be 140 meters, right? So यहाँ पे ये third side भी आ गई, that is 140 meters. Now, as we know, all the three sides of a triangle, and also you can see the value of s, which is semi-parameter, that is 150. Let me just write it correct. So that means now we can find out the area of this triangle, right? Because it is what we have to find out in this question. So let us move on here. So I'm going to erase this. Now you can see we know the area of triangle. You can see ABC here will be under root s, s minus a, s minus b, s minus c. You know the Heron's formula here. So let me just now substitute the values here. So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं a की वैल्यू कितनी थी आपके पास, 60 meters. You can see here, and you can see the value of s is 150. So पहले यहाँ पे s की वैल्यू as it is आएगी. So that will be 150. Then in multiply s minus a. So आप देख सकते हैं s की वैल्यू कितनी है, 150 minus a. What is a? That is 60, right? Then further in multiplication s minus b. So what is s here? Again 150 minus b. So what is b here? Let me just check out. That is 100. Then into s minus c. So what is s? That is 150 minus c. What is c? You can see that is 140. Right? So now further what you have to do is simply subtract here. So 150 as it is. Now 150 minus 60. So that will be 90, I suppose. Then you can see 150 minus 100, that will be 50. And you can see 150 minus 40, that is 10. Right? So you can see, cross check out, you can see that will be the same. Right? Now further, if I just move on, then let me just rub this. So here you can see, let me just multiply them. So यहाँ पे 150 को मैं क्या लिख सकता हूँ? You can see 3 into 5 is 15. You can see then into 10. You can see 5 into 3 is 15. 15 into 10 150. Now इस 10 को भी मैं further 5 into 2 लिख सकता हूँ, right? So this will be 150. आप check कर सकते हैं 3 into 5 is 15. 15 into 5 that will be 75. 75 into 2 that will be 150, right? Now further 90. So 3 into 3 is 9 and 9 into 10 that will be 90. Now 10 को भी मैं again क्या लिख सकता हूँ? You can see I can write that, you can see 5 into 2, right? Further you can see now 50. So 50 can be written as 5 into 10. Now again you can see 10 can be written as, you can see 5 into 2, right? So this 50 now, as you can see here, written here, 5 5 is 25, 25 2 is 50. Now this 10 again can be written as 5 into 2, right? So यहाँ पे मैं सभी को factors में change कर चुका हूँ. Now let me just make the pairs here, right? So यहाँ पे सबसे पहले एक 5 का pair बन रहा है. So एक 5 outside आ जाएगा. Then you can see further, let me just check out. So यहाँ पे एक 3 का pair बन रहा है. So एक 3 outside आ जाएगा. Then you can see एक 2 का pair बन रहा है. So एक 2 भी outside आ जाएगा. Then you can see this 5 again will make a pair here. So ये भी outside आ जाएगा. Now let me just extend that here. Now if I just check out, so here you can see another pair of 5 that will get another 5 outside. Now if I just check out, so what is remaining here? You can see 3 is remaining here. So there is not any pair of this 3. You can see here. So ये as it is अंदर आएगा. Now this is also done. So now this is done. This is done. You can see this is also done. You can see 5 is also done. This 5 is also done. Now एक 2 का pair आएगा. तो एक 2 भी outside आ जाएगा, right? So you can see we have done all the you can see pairs here outside. So let me just multiply that. So 5 into 3 is 15. 15 into 2 is 30. 30 into 5 is, you can see, 150. So 150 into 2, that is 300. 300 into 5, that will be 1500. And under root 3 as it is, right? So here you can see this is going to be the area here, and that is in meters square, right? So you can see this is how we can calculate the area here required in the question. So that was all in this question here.